Hey, we're back on the Situk River, one of our most precious and favorite spots in all of Alaska. This is the first edition of a new series we're calling the Trout Traveler. And we have a really vibrant, healthy, varied number of trout species in Alaska. The one I've got in this net here is a steelhead trout. We also have rainbows, cutthroat, lake trout, closely associated cousins, the Arctic char and Dolly Varden char, and we have Arctic grayling. And don't be surprised if you also see the 5 Pacific salmon species that we have in Alaska make a cameo throughout our episodes. We've got some good ones planned this year. This is episode 1. I have been a trout bum for the better part of 30 years. I grew up catching little brook trout and brown trout on the East Coast, and when I moved to Alaska, my first experience was on the Kenai River, and that day I landed a 2-foot rainbow, and I've never been the same. They reached a point of obsession when I started fishing the Naknek, and on one of my early spring trips about 25 years ago, we landed 9 fish over 30 inches. I'm still, that gives me the tingles a little bit. So, trout, that's why we came up with this concept for this series. We've been doing the Jig Life series. We're really loving that you're watching it. Check for some new episodes coming this summer. And in that series, we like to talk about fish biology, ecology, fish habits, and teach you a little bit about how these species reproduce and how many they are and what they feed on and how long they live. And that gives us a better chance to be better conservationists of the species. This is a type of trout that we revere. So this is catch and release fishing. Yeah. And the Situk River has probably got the best steelhead in all of Alaska. Okay, Yakutat Lodge. I've been friends with the Yakutat Lodge for many decades. I would highly recommend that you come here. If you want a chance at numbers of fish and the potential for a legitimate 36-inch steelhead, this is the river to do it in Alaska. Dude, last 3, we're 3 for 5 now. I started slow. We're getting better. We're getting downriver here. There's a 14-mile float. So we're going to see some chrome fish as we go, and we better get back to work. Thanks for watching. 250. Okay. Now the guy that catches him, his name is Joe Prax. He owns the outfitter in Valdez. He's born and raised in Fairbanks, and he rarely goes halibut fishing. He ends up winning the Derby by half a pound with that fish. The person that came in second place was on a overnight trip with the other Dave. Got a good fish here, ladies and gentlemen. With the other Dave, they brought back 3,800 pounds of halibut to the dock, and second place was 1/2 of a pound less. We got the $15,000 prize.
No way.
I was there. We also caught some giant lingcod. Oh yeah. Talking fish stories and the fish bites. Okay, in the net, ladies and gentlemen. Got a little buck, got him. We just got done landing this nice buck. There are a lot of different ways you can catch steelhead on the Situk, and everybody's got their own favorites. I think I like doing it all. This time of year, we seem to have good luck free drifting either jigs or worms, okay, or side drifting, what we call arrow puffs. What do you think, Mike? How would you describe what an arrow puff is?
What do I describe, like how, what it mimics, kind of?
Sure.
You know, I wouldn't exactly say it mimics an egg because it's so large. You know, I think it's more of a visual thing for them. They see something bright coming down the river. Maybe it reminds them of something in the ocean they're eating. But it's very, very cool watching them chase down the arrow puffs and eat it.
So it's like glow bug yarn over a bit of foam. So it's got some buoyancy to it. It slides on the leader. You've got a bead and a sidewash hook. And it's they've used this rig down here for 20 plus years. So like I was saying, this time of year we're drifting jigs, we're drifting worms on jig heads, we're side drifting arrow puffs. What other ways do you catch steelhead on this river?
You know, one of my favorite go-to ways is just a bobber and one of these rubber worms we got here. These all different sorts of the colors.
Bobber and worms.
I make little bags like this with a bunch of random colors. You just get into a hole, make a couple casts, change out colors, and you just keep rotating through them, and it's a great way to catch fish.
What time of year do people start throwing spinners for steelhead down here?
You know, that's typically a later thing.
Yep.
You know, mid-April on into early May is like a typical good spinner bite.
And if I'm a fly fisherman, when do I want to come and how do I want to do it?
So I would say early season can be really good for fly fishing. The pressure's a lot lighter, and that's really important with fly fishing. That being said, too, when the water comes up later in the season, it can also get really good.
So are you swinging flies or are you dead drifting different patterns? What's the best way to do it?
Early season, we just kind of do a lot like what we do with the spinning rods. We'll do like a little marabou jig, and then your indicator right above it. Not really dragging that jig, just kind of free floating it, just right off the bottom.
So we're free drifting that. And I'm sure people, when I see fly fishermen, because I haven't spent a lot of time swinging flies on this river, but I see guys anchored up. Are they swinging different, say, streamer patterns? I'm sure that would be effective too.
They are, and it can be effective at times. The most important thing when you're swinging flies is you just need to have fish in front of you. And that can be the hardest thing to do. Yeah, so
we are traveling 14 miles of river when we're fishing the Situk, and that's part of why, you know, a drift boat, and I would certainly recommend a guide because he knows where the fish are hanging, put you on more fish and what they're biting on, because it is changing throughout the season. So, all right, let's get back after it.
All right.
Okay, there's a lot of different ways you can catch steelhead. Here on the Situk River, I've got 3 different rod setups right here for this time of year. I can think of 6 or 7 different ways that you can catch Situk steelhead. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is throwing an arrow puff on a rod that's about 8 feet long. This is a fast action rod that was custom built. It's a Rogue River blank. I'm really liking the way this rod is performing. This is one of Mike's rods. But so just shy of 8 feet. This one actually is 7'9". This is the right length. I'm going to custom build a rod that's exactly this length and about this action. Maybe somewhere in the 6 to 12 pound range. Yep. That's a good blank for this application. What I'm also doing is free drifting. At this point, we've got a 1/8 ounce jig head, this white jig head, and pinned on it is this worm. You put on different colors and different shades, and they're all, you know, it might change throughout the day, so have a variety of different options. What are these, 2.5 inch, 3 inch worms?
I believe those are actually 4-inch worms.
Oh, 4-inch worms. Maybe a range of sizes and colors, okay? And we have about a 3-foot leader to a slip bobber here. And we've got a bobber stop that allows us to adjust how deep we're fishing. Okay, for this application, you want a little bit longer rod. I like rods that are close to 10 feet. 9.5 to 10 feet is a good size. Some with a little softer tip. So when a steelhead grabs your bait, pulls it down, you have time to reel and it doesn't feel so much resistance, and then you have time to catch up to it, set the hook, okay? These 2 applications. The third one that we're also doing right now is running plugs. For water that you can't cover, it's a great way to go. A lot of times the plug bite is pretty fast and fierce. For this one, we want a little softer action and something in the maybe 8.5 foot range, okay? So the other ways that we could consider catching them would be on fly rods. I would come with at least an 8 weight, 8 or 9 weight. You can either run some sink tips or you can run a floating line and weighted flies. You're going to see a lot of different, you know, runs that you can work in buckets, and so you'll just be able to change presentations. I would also have a rod that you can dead drift. I'd probably prefer an indicator on it. I would fish beads, soft beads. Good way to work this place. You could also dead drift puffs on your fly rod, which I've done before, drifting this river, and it's been really effective. Some guys will center pin it. I don't know how to do it. And then, as we get a little bit later in the season, these fish will turn on to a spinner and spoon bite. So a spinner that's swung, spoons that are swung and retrieved. You can fish them, you know, all throughout the way that you can fish a spinner. Straight out, let it swing, let it hang, and then the retrieve. Work all those actions. So a lot of different ways to catch a steelhead. The important part is that you come here to this river because it's got the biggest and the most. Situk. All right, I'm going to catch more fish. We know you're in there. Generally in Alaska, steelhead are named by their run timing. So you have spring run fish and you have fall run fish. We don't really have much of a summer run component in Alaska like you would in the Pacific Northwest. In Southeast Alaska, most of the runs we would consider to be spring runs, whereas those maybe about south central Alaska, say Anchorage and west, like down the Aleutian Peninsula out in Cold Bay, those are fall runs. Kodiak fish on the car, like fall runs of fish. But these fish out here are spring runs. So we're here in April, and they're steelhead are anadromous, right? So they're out in the ocean and they're coming back to spawn. And then they'll go back out to the ocean. When these eggs hatch in the gravel, they're deposited now. They're going to hatch sometime here early summer. They'll quickly eat up their yolk sac, and the alevin will become fry, and the fry will move into the margins of the river to try to escape predation. And they'll live in the river system for a good 3 years before they undergo something called smoltification, where they head out to the ocean for the first time. Maybe they're 8 inches long at that point. One way you can tell the difference between a resident rainbow and the steelhead, or resident rainbows are they're more colored up. They've got more of a rosy lateral line in their normal state. They're a darker colored fish, and they're more football shaped, stouter, thicker shoulders, maybe a little shorter, where a steelhead will grow longer lengths. I just heard of a 41-inch fish landed here last week, and but they're more streamlined and they're more silvery, most likely to escape predation and to be more effective predators at sea. And then they come back into the rivers, and you look at them and you can see they're heavily spotted. Oh, there's a fish, heavily spotted across the their whole body, and the color is more subdued until they turn into their spawning colors. And then you can't tell the difference so much between a resident rainbow and a steelhead. Then they head back out to sea, and they go, they get all chrome again. All right, we're just pulling a puff here. We're side drifting a puff. This is one of the effective ways to catch a steelhead on the Situk. I think we can just put this one in the net right here when you're ready. I just twisted it up. That was the problem. Yep. Right there. Perfect.
Oh, look at that. Okay,
perfect. It's nice when we're catching fish while we're talking. This is fun, man. This is really what the Trout Traveler is all about. Steelhead are, you know, they're some of the most magnificent of all the fish. They now consider resident rainbows and steelhead to be the same species, which is super cool. That's a small one by Yakutat Situk standards, but every fish is special. We spent the day on the Situk fishing for steelhead, and thought we'd come back and see if the cutties had come back in. And I thought I saw a few fish floating in there, but we weren't sure. The light's weird, and we just kept working it. Worked through the fly box, and I've got on my conehead Zuddler. And we can see here, we got a cutthroat. In Alaska, we've got both resident cutthroat and we've got sea run cutthroat, and I'm guessing this is a sea run. Let's see if we can't just slide it up here and give you a look. They get the name cutthroat from the slash marks that are on their lower jaw. And, yeah, well, this one's got nice red ones. I'm thinking this one's a resident. See the red slash marks there on the throat? Yeah, there should be on both sides. Yeah, that's I guess they do kind of like the speed retrieve in the saltwater, don't they? I wasn't going fast on that one, but cutthroat trout. They're another one of the species that we're going to be chasing down in the Trout Traveler series. And they're the most prevalent trout from Prince William Sound up in south central down to Prince of Wales Island here in southeast. I'm in Yakutat fishing on Tawa Creek. I spent the day catching steelhead trout and thought, well, why not come look for a few cutties? You'll see they're heavily spotted and they've got this characteristic red slash mark in their jaws on both sides. And this darker olive colored fish to me looks like a resident fish. Now, it could possibly fool me and be a sea run that's come in and turned into spawning colors, but they're usually more of a, I don't know, a bluish, more silvery, you know, with more of a yellow colored band. This one's clearly a darker colored fish and has the signature red slash marks underneath its gills. Out there. Yeah. Cutthroat trout. You know, they seldom reach more than about 16, maybe 18 inches at the most. This is a 10-inch fish or so. I'm gonna just let it go. Cool. So cool. Briefly, you know, I showed up with a 6-weight fly rod and I've got a floating line. This is Rio's new Gold XP 6-weight. And it's a Lamson reel and an Orvis 6-weight rod. Fishing with a streamer pattern. This is a conehead Zuddler is the name of this one. And I've tied it with a non-slip loop knot to get a little more action. I like the conehead because it's got kind of a swimmy action, much like a jig works. That excites fish, predatory fish, when you're stripping it back in, that swimming motion. Anyway, so these cutthroat trout, they're born here in the freshwater and they live for 3 or 4 years before they head out to sea. This would be the sea run forms. The resident ones, you know, live their lives in freshwater. But after returning from being out in the ocean, they might be out there for a couple days up to about 100 days. They stay pretty close to their home waters, maybe traveling 50 miles, usually probably in sight of the coastline. They stay pretty close. And they come back in and they might spawn once, twice, rarely 3 times in their lives, but they can do it more than the one time that Pacific salmon do. They're kind of slow growing, long living. You know, a trophy fish might be 10 or 12 years old to get something that's in the 3-pound range. Resident fish probably average close to 6 to 16 inches, but the very biggest ones that you're going to find are going to be lake-bound resident fish. I'm not sure what the state record is, but Fish and Game says 27 inches up to 8 pounds. Now on the sea run ones, any of the fish that I've ever caught, they range from maybe 8 to 18 inches is a big one. I have caught an 18-incher out of this guy last year, so it's possible. It's a timing thing. You know, these fish are coming in on the tides. They're coming in at certain times of year, the sea run fish. They do overwinter, so they do spend probably the majority of their lives in the freshwater, even these sea run cutthroats. All right, we seem to have found the magic potion. That's 3 cutties in the last little bit. Wow, just a beautiful little fish. The most diminutive of the trout species here in Alaska. But they're beautiful fish, heavily spotted. Appears to be spawning colors. You can almost have a hard time telling this from a rainbow trout, except for those slash marks on the gills. And I was reading that cutthroat have teeth at the base of their tongue, in between their gills, whereas rainbow trout don't have these minute teeth. So that's a fun little fact. Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
First fish.
On the worm.
On the worm. First drift of the worm.
Might be a wormy kind of day.
You know, see how well it wants to behave. Looks like a better fish to me.
It's gonna run probably a couple more times.
Behave.
What we got? Quality or?
It looks much chromer to me than anything we hit yesterday so far, but
Okay.
just shining.
Probably a dirty little hen. Great fish though.
Yeah.
Yep. Attaboy, number one in the boat.
Number one in the boat.
Attaboy.
That's a 1 for 1. And that one definitely looks a little shinier, doesn't it?
Do you want to pull over to the side?
Yeah, let's just show it off for a second.
Okay. Let me get the hook out real quick.
Yeah. And I'll hold the net. And... Okay. It's good to be back on the river with my boy Adam here. Third run. We came armed and ready today to get dangerous, and we got Easter Sunday here. We're gonna put out it's a full feast. Okay. We're gonna be fishing eggs. Easter Sunday, of course, beads is what I mean. But this one ate the worm. Nice long drift. Boy, it must have been 100 foot downriver before this fish chewed on it. Nice, shiny, bright hen. It's good. Yeah, this fish hasn't been in here but a few days.
The jigs on a cold morning, it seems like that triggers the bite. Like cold, like, you know, you get those clear nights, you get cold water, cold air temperatures, but the jig in the morning, I think, is the way to go.
Yeah, that's a beautiful hen. All right, what a great way to start the day.
Heck yeah, dude.
Good job. Man.
Good job.
All right.
All right, let's get her on our way. Good job, dude.
Sweet, dude. Sweet. Almost. Dude, nice fish.
It is a nice fish, yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, we'll just get that perfect.
How fun is this? Easter Sunday! Oh, this is my second one out of this run here. Adam has just done an awesome job just switching out presentations. I mean, this is our, fourth presentation through this hole?
Yeah.
We caught one on a worm before, and this is another just beautiful looking fish. This one's a little bit longer. And
we gave him the hand, now we give him the food.
see, this river's up a little bit. Current's moving pretty good. He's down in here getting ready to catch my throw. I got to lead this fish up top and slide it back into the net for him, and we work as a team. It's a whole lot easier. So, a lot of ways to catch steelhead on the Situk, and we're going to show you a lot of different ways.
Beautiful fish.
This time we're running a Yakima bait mag lips that Adam has custom painted.
Yeah, the plugs, the black bill and the black butt, and we've been talking about it all day. If it ain't chartreuse, what's the use?
I like that one.
I painted, actually,
Yakima
I painted
bait.
that up with a Sharpie.
What size is this one? Is this a 3.0?
That's a 3.0.
3.0.
3.0, and then I added a black midline to it too.
Yakima Bait makes a bunch of different mag lips. They're 3, 4, 5, and they refer to the length of it in inches. The smaller ones like this, we like to fish for steelhead, and he's running a single hook off this. And I like a little swivel at the back end of the hook. It allows the hook to spin without levering out of the fish. So that worked really well. And let's show you what we got.
Yeah, we got a beautiful, beautiful hen here. Probably a 31 inch fish. Get her out in the net here.
You need to get down in the water with you?
Well, if you want to hold the net, you help out. Just watch your steps. Right.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Just a gorgeous hen.
This is
She's an upstreamer. She hasn't spilled her eggs
this is
yet.
oh yeah, that's over 30, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, I'd say 31.
Yep.
31. It's all about taking care of the fish, man.
Yep.
This is our,
Sure
our
is.
future.
And Adam has seen a lot of fish. This is when I mentioned a 41 incher caught last week. It was with Adam.
Yeah, and then we actually caught it in the spot. We hooked it like kind of 2/3 the way down that run, and we were sitting here and we were trying to get it upstream. We could not move it upstream, so we ended up getting in the boat and chasing it. We landed at about, I don't know, probably 700-800 yards downstream.
Sweet.
But it was definitely a good fight. All right, she's starting to get her life back. Watch you guys balance.
Hold on a second.
Beautiful. Beautiful fish, brother.
Yeah, that puff wasn't in the water more than 5 seconds till he snuffed it. And what I promise on this Trout Traveler series is that we're going to show you lots of different trout in lots of different places, and we're going to catch them lots of different ways. And this is the third presentation so far this morning that we've landed another nice chrome steelhead on. We're throwing, I'm going to attribute this to a local here in Yakutat, maybe 30 years ago created the Arrow Puff.
Yeah, a long time ago.
What do you think, Brian? Rennie created this a good 30 years ago. It's been used in Yakutat over 3 decades to catch probably thousands and thousands of steelhead. We side drift it. You can see I brought this Loomis IM X Pro steelhead rod. It's 8.5 feet, 8 to 17 pound. It's a fast action. It's got a medium soft tip and works sweet. So look at this beautiful fish.
He's gorgeous. He is gorgeous.
One cast upstream into the pocket, went bounce, bounce.
The takes on this, the takes really honestly feel like you're getting snagged up.
Yeah.
It's always hilarious to get a client to say, "Oh, I got a snag," and it's like, "Oh no, your snag's it's running upstream on you, bud. You get on that fish." So, but yeah, they can be the takedowns can be really awesome. It's a fun way to fish. It's a very effective way to cover ground too.
For any of you that are catching rainbows in your home waters, these anadromous, oversized rainbows, we just saw one in the water that I bet was close to 40 inches.
Yeah, it was huge.
That is a massive fish. This is an average size, 28 inch, let's say. So beautiful.
We like to call them cookie cutters.
Yeah, but just gorgeous and strong and fights hard. And yeah,
Awesome.
That's the goods. Happy Easter.
Yes, sir.
Cut. Fish. Little guy. Oh, pop.
No.
I can't seem to get him stuck all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh. Let me see those ones.
Except the operator. 3 for 6.
That's alright. Yeah, we just went from perfect to 500, 100 yards.
0 to 0.
No swearing.
0 to 0, baby.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get down here and first.
Ooh, those are some good biters. Those last 3. That's what I'm talking about.
They're
Fish.
poor fish. I can't think about that way.
Ooh. I went a little lighter, but. Are we having fun now? I mean, we just hooked 4 fish in like less than 30 minutes.
Here.
Wow.
What we're gonna do, we gotta get them back through these snags. And we're gonna get them on the bottom side of these snags, and then we got a good beach. That's a nice fish. So, working down here just a little bit. Just keep you close to the boat.
I'm trying, dude.
You're fine, you're fine.
I'm trying.
We got snags. I just want to get them out of that fast, and there's a snag right here. But then we got a big pool to fight it in afterwards.
We've worked most of the.
There you go. Let it go downstream. That's what we want. Alright, let me pull up here, get an anchor, and then we'll get this fish in the net, boys.
Alright.
Watch your balance, guys. I'm going to throw the anchor out and hop out.
Another nice hand, it appears.
Alright, watch your balance.
Yep. Alright, I gotta get on that side.
He'll probably run when he's using that for the first time.
Can you maybe just back off just a little and I'll try to slide it in here?
Yeah.
Oh, that fish did not like the net. Oh man, we're having fun now.
That is it. That is it right
Long
there,
and
folks.
thick.
Watch your step.
Yep, hold this. Okay.
Got everybody?
Yep, I got it.
You got it. Alright.
Okay. Yeah, another powerhouse.
Oh, dude. You
Put some weight on this thing, and she's another big girl.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
These steelhead are just notorious for flopping and flailing once you get them in the net.
Well, even when you don't get them in the net, they're hard to hold on to.
Yeah.
I mean,
She took probably what, a 30, 40 yard run upstream on you?
yeah. Okay, so that's 4 fish on the puff in less than the last 30 minutes. And I mean, I am getting my butt handed to me. I got a good enough hook in this girl, but this is a low 30-inch to low 30-inch hen.
Yeah.
Just another good example of the genetics on the Situk. And these anadromous rainbow trout, Fish and Game are calling rainbows and steelhead the same species. These anadromous versions are longer, more streamlined, more silvery, born in the freshwater, live here for about 3 years, head out into the ocean for at least a couple years, and then start coming back and spawning. And unlike Pacific salmon, which are only able to spawn once, semmelparous, and die, these fish are iteroparous, is what I learned for this episode, meaning they can spawn multiple times. Twice, 3 times is probably fairly rare in a steelhead's life. Anyhow, just an amazing fight there.
Yeah, Yeah.
That was sick.
He burned you up.
Oh, man.
So hard. That was great.
Like, you know, Alaska's game fish, most of the time you get a hook in them, you're thinking, okay, I got a good chance to land them. With steelhead, until that fish is in the net, I don't count on anything. I went from 3 for 3 to 4 for 7 real quick.
It happens. There's so many things that, if you notice the caudal on these fish's tail, right?
Yeah.
So like on a big king salmon, you can't close your hand on like a 20, 30 pound fish, right? These fish get that way at 8 to 10 pounds. You got to think how much power's in that tail. I mean, look at just on this. I mean,
that's pretty.
This is, like you said, like, you know, like around a 29, 30 inch fish, but I can't close my fingers on that.
Yeah, that's definitely a 30-inch fish.
Yeah. No, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So they're just a powerful fish, and like from the time you hook them to the time you get in the net, there's so many things that can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you've seen it.
So yeah, just a gorgeous fish though. All right, we're gonna let this baby get on her way. Got a grill. Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
That's a nice one.
that's a nice one.
Exactly what we're Might be coming from
Dude, that is a slob.
That is what it's all about. That's what people come up here for, man.
That is a slob.
That's what people come up here. You know, the fish in numbers and the fish in size. That's what everybody wants.
Oh, mama. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
That is everything that we're looking for right there.
That is huge.
That is just awesome.
Nice big upstreamer.
Dude, what a job.
Oh, my gosh. That's a gorgeous fish, man.
Wow.
Pristine.
I'm going to have a hard time holding this one.
Well, just the thickness in their back.
Dude,
and their
look at
tail.
that.
Just
Oh,
pristine.
spectacular. That is spectacular.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, she's ready. She's like, yeah, let's get me in there. She's like, I want to get upstream and do my thing.
Wow. Wow.
That's what it's all about.
Okay, that was the 4th presentation. That was the special jig called Tommy.
Tommy. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Round of applause for Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know, but it's the first fish, and boy, it just, when it happens fast sometimes. You're not expecting it.
We let her eat a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. My glasses are kind of dark. Can't tell what we're on here. First fish for the rod that I built last year. I built this one for the Togiak. It's my drift rod. So first steelhead on it. Yeah. A little darker buck. Yeah. Look how thick that tail girth is. Man, these fish are just, they're strong.
They go nuts when you hook them. Yo, buddy. Fish of the day.
One in the net? All right.
So
You've been here for what? You've been guiding on this river for 8 years.
Yeah.
You know this river like the back of your hand.
it's kind of disgusting. But
Yeah. So what are you looking for? What's good steelhead holding water on the Situk?
All right, so the general saying here is foam is home. So
Right,
they lay in the seam. They're mouth breathers, so they'll like sit there and lay, and they're all comfortable in the foam. Like sometimes on heavier currents, they could be laying off of it a little bit. I've seen that happen, but generally they're up in the brush or in like deep pockets on corners in the foam.
Even the cameraman needs to get one every now and then. Woohoo! Got a little break in the action. Got my grab a rod and catch that boy. That's what I'm talking about. While you guys are taking a break, I would pick myself up a little chrome steely.
Oh, dude, she is so chrome.
Been coming up here for a lot of years, and I can tell you, I enjoy every single one of these I catch. I don't need a lot, maybe 1, 2 a trip. These things are precious. They're, what can we say? They're like our children, man.
Yeah, we take care of them, man. It's our future.
Woo-hoo-hoo! That's definitely. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, buddy.
Man, these things are strong. Like my boy Marcus says, it's tough to get them to hand, but when you do, oh gosh, there's nothing like it, man. Nothing like a steelhead on the Situk. God, so beautiful.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, let's let her go.
Yeah, I think she's ready. She's ready to kick.
Let's let her go. Nice!
Nice, good job, man. Woo! Had a boy. Yes.
Battle.
This is why we come to the Situk, right?
Fishermen
here,
or
baby,
fish?
for this kind of fight.
Oh, nothing like hooking them up off the drift.
Nothing like a chromer.
Yeah, this has been a good hole. 3 fish hooked off it. Brought them back. And got them in the net.
Baby! Yeah, dude!
You did it.
Woo, baby! Way to do it, baby!
Awesome. That is awesome fish.
Nice.
Wow. Just hold that line just right there real quick, Bubba.
Nice.
And then we're going to pop this one
Hot to
out.
trot.
Pop the trot.
Oh, dude.
Hot to trot.
Right in the corner of the mouth.
Gotta like it, baby.
You
She
still
took you for a ride, brother.
you still know how to do it.
Look who won.
You know how to do it.
All right.
Look who won.
2 bites, 2 fish.
Just hang that up, man. We'll set that over here real quick.
Good. I got her.
Yeah, dude.
One more, baby. Looks like we're gonna have to put one more back in. Yes.
Found those fresh hens.
Oh, hold on.
Nice fish.
Wow. A
Buddy.
little better, baby.
Let's go.
Ooh, buddy.
Thank you.
What do you think about that?
I just want to thank the fish gods for giving me the opportunity
That's a
to
white
look
belly
like
there.
this beautiful beast, man. These things are gorgeous.
So
This is
awesome.
why we come to Alaska. For these bad boys right here, man. They're precious as they come. Nice.
Good job, dude.
She's beautiful. Stop.
That counts as a double if you got one in one hand, another one on here. Here, film that one. And then this one. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
What kind of you?
Here you go.
Take a micro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice double.
Yep.
Well, I was sitting around this winter and brainstorming. I've been loving doing the Jig Life series and thinking, what else can I do to complement the Jig Life series? Maybe be able to use fly rods, all tackle. And it hit me. Trout Traveler. Welcome to the first episode. It has been a good one. You know, I knew the first place I would go to film the first episode of the Trout Traveler would be to the Situk River. Come fish with the boys at Yakutat Lodge and get to show you some just gorgeous, bright, fresh from the sea, chrome, hen steelhead right there.
Yeah.
Just had an epic battle, drift fishing a puff. This fish just about ripped this rod out of my hands, and for the next 5 minutes it was a, I don't know, touch and go.
It took us about 100 yards downstream.
Touch and go. And they get far larger than this too. These are, I don't know, pound for pound, some of the strongest, most acrobatic trout you're going to find in the world. And here in Alaska, where we have wild, beautiful steelhead like this, I mean, it's a precious resource.
It's awesome.
So
I feel really, really honored to have the opportunity, like to even be a guide on this river.
Yeah.
It's a very limited access river.
You should.
They try to keep the pressure off of it. It's a pristine resource, and we all respect it. It's great.
So, thanks again, everybody at Yakutat Lodge. Thanks to Grundens for tossing some gear. It's been an awesome time. We'll see you again soon.